Where am I again? Oh. Oh. Oh, that's right. I found a thing. I found a thing.
Entry day Entry day plus 51. Northmore has ordered an all-hands search for objects similar to the service weapon. He claims there are more in the house, though I don't see how he's so certain. He's been strange lately, talking about joining greater causes and frequently mentioning a pyramid. After pressing him, he finally described this pyramid to me. Inverted, black, mathematically perfect. Oddly enough, Adam and the other id have shown me numerous inverted triangles painted on the cave walls. Surely there's a connection, but I don't see it yet. As far as occult symbols go, triangles are by no means rare. Flood, Levi, Kroll, they used that shape like it was going out of fashion. Standing on their base, triangles signify stability and strength. Inverted on their points, they represent conflict and stagnation. Of course, the orientation is just a matter of perspective. Looking at the pyramid from below gives you one, from above another. Northmore says he looks up at the inverted pyramid. I have to wonder, is anyone standing over it, looking down?
Well, that's kind of deep. Anyway, back to my search. I have to say, the random combat encounters, while they do liven everything up, it's not really fun sometimes. So I'm actually going to elaborate on that a bit, because I just had a thought. It's not that they're taking anything away from this experience. In fact, they are adding to it, because it's now, instead of just wandering at forever, just pointlessly, because there's no... So, this could actually be fixed just by putting a waypoint system in that you can toggle on or off. They really encourage exploration in this game. And that's good for people who have plenty of time. However, I'm trying to wrap up this series, but I actually want to go through the side quests. So that's a problem for me, because I want to find out what this side quest is all about, but I don't know where the last keycard is. So I'm going around trying to find it. And maybe I just need to come back to this. I'm just going to take one pass through this entire section, and then I'm going to just head back and just try to advance further on the main story. But the combat does give you a break. It does interrupt the monotony of just running about, so it's not bad. It's actually quite useful to have that in the game. It's just, I don't prefer that, personally. Because it's just, you take away the boring exploration, and now you have mundane combat, more or less. Okay, here's another thing. If you have a crouching system in a game, let it change your hitbox. Like, come on. That's... Jessie can fit through that, in the sense of, oh yeah, she totally could if her hitbox could actually shrink. That's literally the only thing stopping her. Wait, did I see the... Oh no, that just says... I'm guessing I get access to destroy this later. Oh, so I don't think I've actually been over here. Yeah, this is new. Foundation etchings. My explorations of the Foundation have resulted yet another mystery. Yeah, I'm recording. A fascinating series of etchings on large stone tablets. The tablets themselves are likely not native to the Foundation, seeing as they're slabs of sedimentary stone quite different from the cave's categorization defying rock. Their placement and form are also too intentional to be naturally occurring. But who braved this place to carry them in? And for what purposes? I discovered a 5-point macro entanglement between tablets with a pillar at its center. These links seem to extend beyond our level of consciousness, to some astral realm I can't detect. Is Northmore's board somehow tied to all of this? The etchings on these tablets are similarly curious. They differ from the cave paintings in style and technique, so are clearly not of the same origin. Are they the visual narration of some events, or do they indicate intent, a wish, a plan? They only seem to consist of a tree and a pillar, but the sizes of either are inconsistent. What does that signify? I'm missing key pieces of this puzzle, and it's unlikely I'll ever find them. I mean, I'd say don't be so hard on yourself, but you're not wrong. You're probably not going to find out much. Okay, could you? Oh, that's cool. You can just skip. You know. A path where you just have to worry about a bright light. Okay. Interesting. Anyway. I'll be back again. I have just double-checked the hole behind me, and it is, in fact, does not hold a key card. So I'm in the elevator again, between floors 5 and 6, where the hiss just shows up in a way. Only seems to show up on the way when you go up, though. Just want to see. Is it unbreakable? I don't think you're supposed to look at it very closely. I think it's just supposed to be a set piece. Yep, that's just a set piece. Got it. Sorry for wasting everyone's time. That's new. Well, that might explain some things. No, it's just literally just a spawn point. That's it. Just a spawn point. Was that explosive set there to like be like, hey, blow this up and you a special thing will happen? Was that the whole idea? Okay, well, I don't think it's here, so, Sorry to waste everyone's time. Well, I think I found the problem. A problem. Okay, cool. I still don't know what to use. Excuse me. Thank you. I still don't know what to use this for. Like... Is there something else right there? No. What do you use this for? Why is there an extra one? What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something, but maybe I'm not. It's hard to know. I'm just gonna call the elevator here, and I'm gonna leave again. Oh, hey, I found a hidden location. It was, you come down around there and then just swoop down to here. From the last place I was at. Northmore medical results. Frank, I've reviewed your report of my latest medical. I was disappointed to see that you believe my connection to the service weapon and the board are products of delusion brought on by the stresses of leadership. You witnessed my feats firsthand. You yourself declared my body temperature impossible. These are no delusions. They are a product of divine collaboration. The board has awoken in me a power beyond your understanding, and that power will only continue to grow. Your job is to merely ensure that I survive my gift, and with absolute discretion. To that end, my gifts are best used with the degree of mystery that your needles and probes betray. No further medical shall be required. I forbid you speak of this matter with your colleagues, especially Dr. Ash. Under no circumstances do I want him involved. Keep your mouth shut and keep me alive. The board knows what I have become, and theirs is the only opinion that counts. Sincerely, Director Broderick Northmore. Well, I don't think I'm going to find... Wait a minute. Oh, you can't. Never mind. I thought this was gonna open up, and then I can just drop all the way down. Then I realized, oh no, that's not how this thing works. Okay, so yeah, there's nothing there. What is in here? ID card.
This ID card was for an excavation engineer. Why did so many people abandon their cards down here?
Probably reasons we don't want to know. Notes per archival mandates 8A. This document has been edited to meet administrative standards, blah, blah, blah. This paradimensional occurrence consisted of 3 sequential sinkholes produced by subterranean implosions revealing foreign material of magmatic qualities. A local chapter of the Youth Science League were participating in an archaeological dig on the hill when the event occurred. Many boys were injured in the resulting collapse. Some touched the magma directly. Bureau agents arrived at the scene 7 days after the incident. Samples of the lava-like material were taken. The area was quickly sealed off from the public at our recommendation. Our aim was to ensure all remnants of the material were rendered inoffensive, but the magma descended too deeply into the earth to retrieve. Foul-smelling odors were detected in the area, which were hypothesized being the dissipated dissipated elements of vapor trail left at the scene. How did I mess up where left was? All acquired material was delivered to Washington for examination in the Bureau's on-site laboratories. This one was so much more out of the way. How is this the secret? Oh! Oh, oh! You were supposed to notice that and use the, Ow. Let's go heal up. I don't even need to use the point. Thank you. I'm recording? Yes. What's my timer at? Okay, yeah, that's in sync enough.
From the layer of dust on this place, nobody's swept here in years. Not even Ati. No way he'd stand for this. There's an elevator, which I'm sure is super safe, in a space in each terminal for an ID card. Which card goes where?
Oh, so you actually have to figure this out. Okay, cool. Give me 1 minute. Oh, that's cool. Ah, weapons. Definitely weapons. Diagrams, scouting, that's probably excavation? Or, no, that would be cartographer, wouldn't it? Is this you, Marcus? I think that's Marcus. This one's relatively empty. Construction. Excavation. That's definitely excavation, considering there are pickaxes. Research. If that one is... Research and physicists. No, this one's research. That one's physicist. I think. Let's just do it this way for first.
It worked.
Oh, hey!
Now I just have to get on a rickety elevator that goes who knows how far down.
Not very far. Alright, I call shotgun.
Dust. Still, this lab's way tidier than any of Darling's.
How long have you guys been waiting for me? You guys done? Why is there so music? Why am I doing this again? Oh. I did a thing and I'm not sure if I was supposed to do it yet.
Why would they need such a heavy door down here?
I am very happy that I have the shield. Oh, I killed it? Wasn't expecting that. I killed it more or less on accident, is why I say that. Rate of fire. Another I could put 3 different sets of damage in here. I'm not going to, but I could. I find that amusing. Oh, charge. Okay. Now that I've properly ruined the place.
This looks like the nail, only mini.
Let's see here. Northmore, final warning. To Dr. Theodore Ashe, Jr., as Director of the Federal Bureau of Control and chosen representative liaison benefactor of the greater authority of the Board, I demand your immediate withdrawal from the Foundation. Prior memos issued broadly to Foundation staff called for swift reassignment of all personnel to the upper levels of the House. All staff complied except you. This demonstrates a lack of respect for my office and the Board itself. This is their house, and we are their guests. We should conduct ourselves accordingly. Normally, such insubordination would be grounds for dismissal, but, out of respect for your late father, consider this instead my final warning. The Board and Director Ashe chose me as successor to the office, and no amount of petulance will change that. Indeed, your actions seem to suggest you know better than myself, and by extension, better than the Board. Permit me to assure you that is not possible. Sincerely, Director Broderick Northmore. Well, someone's bitter.
A document. Is this in some kind of code? I can't read a word of it. I should take this back to Emily and tell her I got into Ash's secret lab.
Beam me up, Scotty. No? Okay. Well, cozy place you have down here. Kind of in ruins, but cozy. I love how those guys were just dashing about in here before I even got here. Oh, whoops. I forgot that the lab doesn't have... There we go. Abilities. What can 2 points get me? It can actually get me shield brush, but... Ooh, 2 more that lets me get shield rush. That explains why I wasn't able to use that. Because I didn't have it yet. Okay.
If it isn't my favorite I found Ash's secret lab. Excellent. Please tell me everything. Spare no details.
Well, there was another cave. The walls were covered in paintings of eyeballs. The research seemed dedicated to studying a kinda... smaller version of the nail. It looked like the same material as the one up here, but just a different shape.
Well, are you sure you didn't see any functioning prototypes? Or at least some schematics? I mean, Dr. Ashe was a very accomplished engineer.
None. Sorry. I did find this handwritten note.
Wow. Ash had terrible handwriting. Never meet your heroes, right? So it looks like a transcribed conversation between Ash and someone named F. Ooh. Oh, this is juicy. This'll take me days to parse out. Maybe weeks.
Have you ever thought about taking a vacation, Emily?
Are you kidding? This is my vacation, Jesse.
I forgot that this was a side quest.
The Rangers have tapped into an old radio network they found around the Foundation. So if you need backup, just call them at one of the stations.
How did the Hiss get into the Foundation?
Same way we did, I imagine. But you need to remember that the Hiss are the embodiment of persistence. Their nature seems to be one of force, to find every possible vulnerability and exploit it. Their only goal is consumption.
I'm sure there's plenty of goodies for them down here. The nail, for instance.
If the Hiss could corrupt the nail, I'm sure they would have by now. It must not interest them in its broken state. They could be distracted by the numerous unknown paranatural materials I'm sure are lying around. These are the roots of the oldest house. The Hiss will find plenty of ways to make trouble.
They're pretty good at that. So you've never heard of the Foundation, huh?
I've never even seen the name referenced. Clearly it's highly classified, but for what reason? The problem with these kinds of closed-off hidden areas is that they were likely sealed for good reason. But now no one is left to tell us what that reason was.
Any guesses why the Bureau would hide something like this?
I only know what I've observed. This place is spatially rigid, which means it doesn't shift like the rest of the oldest house. And before you ask why that is, I have to admit that I'm clueless. There's some signal interfering with my equipment, making it hard to get a clear reading. It's being emitted from the floor. Maybe I should have brought a jackhammer.
The astral plane is already taking chunks out of this place, Emily. Let's not add to it. So let me get this straight. The astral plane is bleeding into the Foundation.
Correct.
And that's happening because the nail is damaged.
I'd say it's a bit more than damaged, but yes, that is my understanding.
So what's the connection between the nail and the astral plane?
It's a good question. See, I always pictured objects of power as strings between our plane and the astral. If the nail has a similar relationship, then maybe it's more accurate to think of it like plumbing. Now that the nail is busted, sewage is gushing everywhere.
Not the prettiest metaphor.
I should get back out there.
Agreed. The astral bleed won't stop itself.
Okay. Back to the nail. This way. How much time is left in the episode? I can make it a little bit, right? Right?